In this segment, we'll discuss closing the polls as well as printing out our results tapes and where they should be posted. You want to start with your master PEB. The supervisor PEBs need to be placed back in the box because you are done with those PEBs. Reminder, the master has the yellow band. And just insert that to go ahead and get started. Please remember, you don't want to close your polls until it's after 8 p.m. and until your last voter has left the building. At that point, we will select Close the Polls. You don't want your last voter to feel rushed because they see you closing down other machines around them, so you want to wait till everyone's completely gone. Once you start closing that first machine, you can head over to your last machine to set up the printer so that you can print out your results tapes. Just a reminder, this is your printer and it comes with two cords, the first of which looks like a phone jack on one end, and that will plug in the side of the printer here. The opposite end of that cord goes in the top of your machine. The second cord goes in the opposite side of the printer. And the other end of that cord is an outlet plug. If you have space available, you can plug it in the back of your machine. If not, you can plug it in the wall. There are two buttons on your printer. The smaller of the two is the power button, and hold that in until you get that green light to know it's on. The other button is paper feed, and we suggest you feed it slightly, just so that once it starts printing it doesn't get caught. You must remove the PEB now to continue closing this terminal. And you can immediately move on to your next machine. Just a reminder, don't take that PEB out too soon. The machine will tell you when to remove it. If you take it out before you're supposed to, you may have to call a rover and restart the entire closing process. Also remember to follow exactly what the screen tells you to do. If you see green, it's usually a command to move forward. If you see yellow, it's usually please wait. And if you see red, it's usually an error message. In that situation, you would call us and we would send a rover out to correct the issue. Also remember that you can follow the blue bars at the bottom of the screen to know how much further you have to go. When you're closing your machines, after you touch the screen and have closed that specific machine down, you can go ahead and close the doors to keep track of the ones that you're done with. You don't want to seal them up and you don't want to unplug them. You may lose the power to your printer, or if you're missing a machine, it will indicate that by the serial number located down here at the bottom. So if you've sealed them up, you'd have to cut them all back open to figure out which one you might have missed. Terminal closing is complete. Touch the screen to exit. And then you go ahead and close those doors. Remove the PEB to continue. And while you're going through your closing process on the machines, you can have someone else gathering up your poll books, any signs that you've had posted, and other odd and end jobs to get them done before you leave your precinct. Just double check that your printer is set up and ready to go. And unlike the opening where the screen will give you the option to insert the PEB to print out your tapes, you will have to remember yourself to reinsert that PEB to print your tapes. And again, you can follow the blue bar to see how much further you have to go. At the end, you want to make sure that the master PEB as well as the printer go back in the black case with the supervisor PEBs, with your wire cutters, and with your headsets before that black case is returned to us. Also, when you're completely done printing and you close down your machines, please put those machines back where you found them in the morning when you arrived. That way when our rovers come out, they'll know exactly where to go to pick everything up. Touch the screen to exit. This is where you need to remember to reinsert that PEB to print out your tapes. It will ask you if you want to print out your polling location results tapes now or are you done, and we'll select print out your polling location results tapes now. Once you've made that selection, it will take a few moments for the machine to gather all of the votes that this MasterPeb collected from all the machines in order to print them out on our tapes. Just like in the morning, you should receive 4 tapes. If you don't receive 4, you will have the option to print again one by one until you have all 4 tapes. These are your instructions telling you to plug the printer in and turn it on. And once you're ready to proceed, you would select the green print button. The printing will begin. And this is what your results tape will look like. Very similar to the zero tape, except now containing the results of all the votes that happened in your precinct that day. You will have 4 signature spaces on the bottom, but we only require 3. The judge, the majority inspector, and the minority inspector will sign all 4 tapes. Then, on the back of those tapes, you want to place the seal numbers of the seals that you are closing down your machines with on the back of all 4 tapes. 1 tape will get posted for the public to see. 2 will go to the judge, which will come back here to us, and 1 will go to the minority inspector to hold on to for a year. Once you have posted your tapes and put your MasterPeb and your printer back in the black case and your machines back where you found them in the morning, the closing process is complete.